all want to do well here at Camp Biggest Loser, but the main focus is getting healthy and being able to maintain a healthy lifestyle. That's why we have a weekly masterclass.
Hi everyone.
Hi Hayley.
Welcome to another masterclass, which means it's time to switch off from the Biggest Loser competition and to switch on to your life beyond. The results you're getting here are incredible, but what's more important is how you live your life once you've left here. So let's get masterclass underway. Here's your trainers, Shannan and Michelle.
Hi everybody, welcome to another masterclass. Now, who's had back pain? 86% of people get lower back pain in their lives, so you're not alone. The reason most people get sore lower back is that your core is not strong enough. Now, what's a core? These are your feet. This is your footings. This is your foundation for everything else that takes place in life. This is your core, right through the middle, the muscles that support your hips and your upper body. What do you need your core for? Everything that involves upper body movement. If you play golf, you need a strong core. If you're picking up your kids, you need a strong core. Everybody can benefit from a strong core.
So today we're going to kick off with one of my favourite drills. It's going to tell you whether or not you are engaging your core or completely relaxing your core. So I'm going to get Shannan to hand out some string, have you all stand, and start by wrapping it around the middle. What I need you to do now is wrap it around. Before you tie it off, I need you to think about good posture. So you're standing tall. You're drawing in through the belly button. You're lifting and separating the rib cage. You've got your shoulders drawn back and down. Long neck, chin pulled in. Think of when someone gives you a little bit of a tickle, you brace your abs, yeah? Or even if you're trying to do up your favourite pair of jeans and they're a bit tight, you have to pull them in a little. And then tie off your string, right around the centre. As soon as you let your abs go, just slouch for a second. Oh, it pulls. So that's your reminder. And we're going to use this throughout the whole class, particularly when Shannan shows us a couple of different exercises.
We've also got a 5-stage ab test. I'm going to determine just how strong your abdominals are. Who wants to be my volunteer? Who's doing well with crunches at the moment? Phoebes, you come out. You could be my little model for this morning. Now, keeping those pieces of strings on, Phoebes, come down, lie down on your back. Guys, here's the protocol for what we're going to do. Your feet must stay in contact with the ground, just forward of your knees. The first stage I'm going to get Phoebe to do is put her hands on her quads. Phoebes, I want you just to slide up and touch my fingers. That's level 1. Level 2, Phoebes, is the same long arms, but coming all the way up to your wrists, touch your knees. Go. Ah, very nice. Just do that again. Right past, I want them right past. Very nice. Cross your arms on your chest. Now this one is just getting her elbows to touch her thighs. So just do that a little short one for me. That's it. Hands stay down. Good. And down. Now, I want you to do a full sit-up. Hands stay on your chest and come up. Ah, yeah, girl. That's 4. We get into the good stuff. Cradle. Level 5. Okay, we've got to be pretty strict with this. So this is up for level 5, Phoebes, which is pretty impressive. Ready? Yes. Set, go. Come on. All right. If you can get up to level 3, you're above average. Thanks, Phoebes. Jump up.
Well done. Okay, so the 3 exercises I want to take you through today hit the internal and external obliques. Now, our external obliques run down the side of our body, and if you think of my fingers as muscle, they run downwards. Internal obliques, they're a lot deeper and under the external obliques, and they run across. So if I slip them in under there, that'd be kind of how it works. and of course the big inner unit, the transverse abdominal muscle. Now this is a piece of muscle that actually looks like a corset or a belt, and it runs right around the middle of your body and attaches to your spine. So it means that if it's strong, it supports you. So it's pretty important if you want to have good back support. I get my trusty assistant, Shannon. She's going to show us the first exercise, which is trunk rotations. Now, first of all, it's important to get the upper body stable. So take the arms out straight, palms facing down, and that secures him nice and firmly to the floor. From here, knees come up, legs are roughly at a right angle, and we're going to take those legs, glue the knees together, glue the ankles together. Big, deep breath in as he comes to halfway, and then breathing out as he comes back. Breathing in about halfway, and then breathing out. Now, as you get stronger, you may want to go a little bit further. The idea here is to really feel a wringing out sensation, just like you'd wring out a dishcloth. Okay, the next exercise is side planks. I'll explain more as I get Shannan into that position. So he's now got his elbow directly underneath his shoulder. I'm going to ask him to push himself up off the floor. But really important here for people, particularly for your shoulder, is to really get that sensation that you are pushing yourself out of your shoulder. So you're very open through the chest. Shannan's extended his arm up, and I'm now going to ask him to really pull in the belly button to the spine. Legs come out to make this a little harder. Up he goes again. Opens up, really pulls in tight and really lifts up strong through the undercarriage. Nice. Okay, the last exercise called the plank, or sometimes known as the hover. We start with the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, laying flat on the floor, and pick ourselves up from the hips, starting on the knees. Neutral spine, belly pulled in, his chin's in as well, so he's not straining his neck out this way, which a lot of people do, head and chin pulled in, so that's keeping the neck relaxed. And he's really pulling up through the middle, the belly button towards the spine. I'm gonna ask Shannan to go to stage 2, dig the toes in, and again, neutral spine, so flat through. Most people do this, and that's a no-no. We wanna try and get ourselves down into neutral position and really feeling that kicking in now. Now, there are extra levels that you can go to. You can even lift one foot just off the ground, hold that for 30 seconds, then drop it down and change sides. And that just ups the ante yet again. So lots of different levels. Okay.
So, complete training of your core stops any weak link and minimises the chance that you're going to get of a back injury in day-to-day life.
Next, try this quick quiz.
Which is the bigger killer? Heart disease in women or breast cancer?
The answer may shock. And later, culinary contestants battle it out in the kitchen.
When our burger was up and done, honestly, the Mona Lisa of hamburgers.
Contestants, Australia's #1 killer is heart disease. It accounts for 1 in 3 deaths across the country. The cold hard truth is that obesity puts you on a fast track to heart disease. But the good news is you're not stuck there. You can do something about it. In just a few short weeks, you've cut down your risk of heart disease significantly. But you're not out of the woods just yet. You still need to keep up your good work. And Dr. Norman Swan's got plenty of reasons for you to do just that.
Hi everyone, hi Hayley, how are we all going? Good. Let's have a quiz, and it's a quiz just for the women. Which is the bigger killer? Heart disease in women or breast cancer?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer? Heart disease?
I'm going to go with heart disease. I'll go breast cancer.
It's heart disease by a factor of 5 in women. Women are 5 times more likely to die of a stroke or a heart attack than they are of breast cancer. You can be frightened of breast cancer, and you can understand why, but you've got to be an awful lot more frightened about heart disease. What are the risk factors for heart disease, whether it be stroke or heart attacks? Anyone? Shannon?
Family history.
Family history, very strong.
High cholesterol.
High cholesterol, absolutely.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
Diabetes.
Diabetes, very high. The biggest one of the lot. Smoking. So there are other ones, but those are the big ones. Wayne, come on out here, I want to chat with you. You're the Patsy this week. Have a seat, because I want you relaxing while I talk to you. You've had your own risk factors, haven't you?
As in with my father, hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
Dad had high blood pressure, hypertension, and he came home one day and we were painting the house and he walked up the stairs and just collapsed and had a massive heart attack right in front of us. Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
I was, I think, 21 at the time, and Dad was 51 at the time, so...
Terrible thing to happen to a family.
Certainly what happened, yeah.
Tell me about your heart risk factors.
Oh, mine's going to be high because, I mean, obviously I had high blood pressure and that as well, so, I mean, I was heading in the same path. So half the reason for coming here was the wife thinking that the family history could happen to me and I could be going at 52, 53 years of age as well, which is only probably about 10 years ago.
How does that make you feel?
I feel more comfortable every day that I'm here.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean, I certainly was extremely concerned before I come to the show because you were starting to get the pains in the chest, you're starting to get all those symptoms, so it certainly has frightened me, yeah.
So the classic signs of a heart attack, which everybody needs to know, the classic ones are tightness across your chest, you feel a vice-like grip, or pain in the centre of your chest, going up into your neck, down into your arm. Not everybody who gets a heart attack gets those symptoms, particularly women. So women in particular, and remember, this is what most women die of, is heart disease. These can be atypical symptoms, what they call atypical. Basically, funny feelings that come on with exercise or come on out of the blue that are related to your chest, arm, neck and arm. You really do need to get it sorted out. So what do you do if you think you're having a heart attack? You don't wait. You want to go to an accident and emergency department, and you want to go by ambulance. And nobody will ever criticize you for doing that, and they will treat you seriously. What are the symptoms of a brain attack, a stroke? Shannon?
Loss of feeling in the face.
Yeah.
Slurred speech.
If you think somebody's with you who's having a stroke, you ask them to smile and see whether it's even on both sides. And if it's drooped on one side, that's a bad sign. You ask them to hold up their arms, and if one starts drifting down, then there's weakness there. Speech, if their speech is slurred. So it's really important to know these first aid signs. And we're very grateful to the George Institute at the University of Sydney, who've developed a risk tool, they call it, so that you could assess online your own risk of heart disease. It's heart disease and stroke, but particularly heart disease. And what they do is they take your age, your cholesterol levels, your blood pressure, your family history, smoking history, those sorts of things, diabetes, and they put it together and they come up with your risk score. And they also project your risk through into the future to see what it's going to be like if you don't change your lifestyle or don't get your cholesterol treated and so on. So Wayne, when you came in, your risk was 1 in 5. Now your risk has gone from 20% to 9%. You've halved your risk of a heart attack, your personal risk of a heart attack, while you've been here. Lisa, you've had high blood pressure too, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. For a long time.
And your risk has come down to 7%. So you've almost halved too. So whilst we've picked on you two, the others here will have come down similarly. And your blood pressure's come down. So you two are off medication now, aren't you?
Sure are.
It's fantastic. So I'm going to take your blood pressure now, Wayne, now you've had time to sit down and relax. Whoa. There's something they call...
It's going off, hasn't it?
That's right. There's something they call white coat hypertension. So a doctor doing your blood pressure puts your blood pressure up. Having it done in a television studio must put it up even more in front of the nation. So let's do it anyway. Wayne. Just turn your arm around. And we'll just see what that is. Any questions about heart disease, about these risk factors? Haley?
Can a fit person who watches their diet and has no family history still get heart disease?
You can get people dropping down of a heart attack who are super fit, but they've usually got a family history like Wayne's, and it's preventable. You can go on the drugs and return your risk to that of a normal person, and insurance companies would look at you favourably. So Wayne, what was your blood pressure when you came in?
160 over 110.
160 over 110, so that's a big number. So today, 120 on 76.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Put him back on his tablets.
Back on the meds.
You can make amazing differences to your personal risk of heart disease. I don't care who wins The Biggest Loser. What I care about is meeting you in 2 years' time and you telling me I'm less than I was when you saw me at the end of The Biggest Loser. I've continued to lose weight and my heart disease risk is even lower and diabetes risk is even lower now than it was then. Then you really are the biggest loser. Thanks very much. See you next time, Haley. See you.
Thanks, Norm.
Coming up.
So we are going to make our own style beef curry that has got 350 calories and lots more vegetables.
Who will be the biggest Vinder loser?
Up you come.
When Janella shows contestants how to cook for freezer storage.
Freezer's on the left-hand side. Up here, Phil.
That's next.
The favourite part of masterclass for me is just being in the kitchen, you know, just watching a professional cook do her stuff.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the kitchen.
Hi.
So what do you think the biggest reason or the excuse for people at home, the reason why they don't cook or exercise? What do you think they say?
Lack of time.
Exactly, exactly. They're either running around after the kids or they're held up at work. There's no time to get to the gym, let alone get to the supermarket or to cook. So I thought in today's masterclass, we're going to show you how to make the best use of the time that you have. And I believe that one of you is already all over this kind of thing. Jana?
Oh, yes.
What do you do on Sundays?
I make a one pot of something and then that's basically all I eat all week.
Well, I think that you might need to come up here and we can swap ideas because it's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to make things in bulk and freeze them in portion sizes because I think, you know, what Jana's doing is fantastic, but the portion control could be a little bit of a problem because if you've got it there, you just might have another mouthful and another mouthful. So we're going to portion control and in the freezer. What do you think the fastest growing section in the supermarket is?
Fresh vegetables.
That's a hopeful answer.
Yeah.
No one's got it yet. Frozen, pre-packaged, ready meals. It said on the packet that it was a beef curry.
Like beef curry.
So we've got a 375 gram meal there, which isn't that much, and there's almost 600 calories in there. There's 568 calories. So we are going to make our own style beef curry that has got 350 calories and lots more vegetables. Jana, first job. Missy, in the fridge, can you pull out this, the meat for me, please? I've got a very lean chuck steak there.
Don't let the boys see that.
That is 610 grams. So I'm going to take as much of that fat off and give it to your dog. Before you probably ate a lot of meat because it was easy to cook. But now we're not. We're having more chicken, aren't we, and fish.
Could you substitute the beef for, say, a leaner meat like kangaroo?
Absolutely. And chicken you can put in here. Fish, legumes, chickpeas. Or you can just make a vegetable curry and Tennille, the girls can put some tofu in it. Or tempeh, which is a fermented soy product, really high in protein and low in fat. Any protein at all. Okay, so olive oil. I'm going to put not much, like, you know, half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. And then I'm going to brown I want it really hot so it goes brown and crunchy and caramelizes. So, Jana, let's start with the curry paste. So, do you want to bring over the turmeric? It's the yellow one closest to you. Turmeric is, you know, because it's yellow. And I've got 2 teaspoons there. Do you want to pass me the next one? Have a guess what that is.
Pepper.
1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Next one. Oh, that was cute.
I smelled it before, I'm not sure what it is though.
Cumin.
Cumin, okay.
So that's a pretty common spice to use in a curry. And you can use seeds and grind them up, or you can just buy it easily like that powdered. And that's 1 tablespoon. And one more, my dear.
Okay. No clue.
It's a hard one. Coriander. And it's coriander seeds that have been pounded up. Okay, so I'm going to put them all into my mortar and pestle. You can be fancy and get the seeds and the turmeric root, but, you know, we're just starting to learn how to cook, so let's keep it simple. So we're going to make a paste out of this. Okay, garlic. Okay, squash. Squash. And when you squash your garlic, you release all the good antibacterial properties in it, which is nice.
Love garlic.
Now,
Yep.
I want you to squeeze that into there for me. And I've just peeled ginger. So I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of ginger. Ginger is fantastic for weight loss. It's great for your digestion. Okay, in we go. So grate. Okay, great. In, and then that's your beautiful grated ginger, like that. So I'm going to pound that garlic up. Okay, smell.
That smells good.
Smells really good, doesn't it?
That's really aroma.
Okay, let's turn that back on. And what we're going to do is just move it to one side. So that beautiful juice that's come out of there. And the meat's shrunk a lot. Okay, so... And we're going to cook those spices out so they're not raw. Okay, while that's having a little toast, Jana. Pumpkin, please.
Oh, I know what pumpkin is.
Butternut pumpkin. If you can use Jack pumpkin or Queensland blue, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to use 1.5 cups of pumpkin. And I'm leaving the skin on. There's a lot of fibre in the skin, there's a lot of zinc in the skin. There's no point throwing it out. So I'm just going to roughly, nothing fancy about this curry, chop him. 1.5 cups. Pumpkin in. It's a great source of vitamin A, good vitamin C, and cauliflower. There's hardly any carbs in cauliflower. So what you do with him, get a little knife. See the florets around here? You just go close to the edge. I'm using all that.
You can still use the root as well.
I'm using all that. Don't throw your stems out. In. Stir.
Huge amounts of nutrients. So it's one of the best vegetables you can eat.
Jana, can you pass me the tomato paste and the stock? So I'll do the tomato paste and you do the stock. There's 1 litre of salt-reduced beef stock there. Sorry, hun. And
I'm so messy in the
1
kitchen.
tablespoon of tomato paste in. That's already cooked, so you don't need to put it in until now. You can put it in any time, but give him a good stir. That's going to simmer for about 1.5 hours, and you'll know it's ready because the vegetables will be soft. So I've made one ahead of time. I'm just going to grab him for you. And I will put that one on there. Okay, so...
Ooh. That looks really good.
See, the cauliflower breaks down. If you don't like cauliflower, you won't even know it's there. It's a good way to get veggies into the kids as well. And when you look at the pumpkin, see the skin's really soft. Jana, do you want to throw those peas in here for me, please? Okay, 1 cup of peas. So you've got a good lot of vegetables in there. I'm going to grab some mint. Because the mint and the peas together are beautiful. So I'm going to get Jana to shred this up. I'm just taking the leaves off. And when you chop herbs, don't go like that, because all the flavour goes into the board. Okay, roll him up. See how you slide? Like that? And you won't have a green board. Jana, can you grab me 3 of those Tupperware containers, please? Because there's 4 servings in here, we want to make them even, so you're not tempted to eat too much.
Janelle, I have to say, I think this is a great idea to have the containers out.
At the same time.
At the same time you're serving, because if you eat your meal and it's still in the pot, it's really tempting to go back to the pot. So I love the idea of filling up the containers first, putting them in the fridge, and then sitting down to eat your meal.
Jana, can you put those in the fridge until they cool down? And then they go into the freezer.
Okay.
Okay. I think you deserve the first taste.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually like that it actually even looks like there's potato in there.
It does look like there's potato in there.
Oh, Dave, that's really good.
Oh, you meanie?
Please let me have some.
No, Dave, it is really good.
So there you have it. 1 serve of beef curry for less than 350 calories.
Still to come on The Biggest Loser, healthy choices.
Today in Masterclass, I'm going to show you how to make a healthy alternative. And it's not a hamburger, it's going to be a patty.
And life choices with Series 3 runner-up Alison.
I am the one who makes my life go in the direction that I want it to.
Underneath here, I have probably the most popular fast food over the last 40 or 50 years. I think this little fella has single-handedly started the whole fast food revolution. Any guesses?
Hamburger.
A hamburger can be healthy. This particular one isn't, though. And we know why. Now, it's got white refined carbohydrates in the white bun. I mean, you've got a few hundred calories just in that bun. And then you've got a big, dirty beef patty, the mayonnaise and the fried onions and the tomato sauce, and you've got a nice 615 calories in that hamburger. So today in Masterclass, I'm going to show you how to make a healthy alternative. And it's not a hamburger, it's going to be a patty. And it's going to be extremely healthy and tasty and good for you. So Phil, up you come.
Phil has told us from day one he can't cook, you know. He's useless in the kitchen and he's not far wrong. But he is getting better. And, you know, this is probably an amazing thing for him to actually learn how to do things in the kitchen. And, my God, it'll help his wife. I'm going, good job.
And we're going to make a fish burger.
Fish burger?
Have you ever had a fish patty before?
I have, yeah.
And?
Oh, it's very good.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to first of all put on some sweet potato to steam. So I'm using salmon and sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are fantastic for you. And sometimes, you know, you can get those sweet potatoes that have got really smooth, nice skin and it's not so dirty. You can use that. Keep it on. Okay. A nice way to chop, we'll do it together.
All right.
Okay. So go half with that because it's quite big.
And half, yeah.
Okay, then go half that way. Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This is the man that never made a salad before a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm all right with the salads now.
Great.
You know,
And you'll be able to make a curry.
My wife will. I've written it down for her. So, step by step for her. God bless her.
So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to give it a quick steam. You can use a steamer. I'm just using a pot with a tiny bit of water in it. Like so. And I'm using half a cup or 1 onion. Okay, chop him through the middle. You peel that one for me.
Peel it, yep.
Good, perfect.
Yeah, is that right?
Great. So I want to dice this. So I'm just going down the middle. You paying attention, Phil?
Yeah, I'm watching everything you're doing, you know.
Okay, so we want a fine little dice, like that. Again, doesn't have to be precious. Down, and then across, and then like that. A little bit of olive oil, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Onions in the pan. Phil, while that's happening, can you pass me, please, the celery and the zucchini? Celery, yep, zucchini.
Yep. Not much left to choose from, thank God.
Yeah. The green ones.
Yeah.
The green ones. Okay, I'm going to give you a little job.
Okay.
So zucchini, just take the end off, like so.
All right. No worries. Straight onto the board? Or
Yeah,
Yep.
straight onto the board. Oh,
Go big fella.
who said he can't cook?
It's all an act.
Yeah.
So with the celery, I'm going to take the leaves, chop them off. Take the end off. What you need to do with this, because it's really wet, is squeeze it out. And you don't want to waste that because there's a lot of you do half and I'll do half. A lot of nutrients in there, so I'm going to keep that. You can either put it in the curry that we made before, or if you can keep it in the fridge until you make some soup, don't throw it out. Okay, we've got celery. And now you're going to do fine little dices. Great. Nice work. Okay, so those onions, there's not much oil in there, which is why they're nice and brown. So now I'm going to put the celery. Stir, please, apprentice. Around. Great. I'm going to get a little bit of garlic. Do we want 1 or 2 cloves?
2.
Right.
And I'm going to put this in, the zucchini. See how nice and dry that is? Go for it, Phil.
Yep.
Garlic. Oh, got to check that sweet potato. Phil, that was your job. I'll show you what it looks like and how soft it is. See how it's like that? You don't want it much more than that. You don't want it mushy because it will just be wet. I am going to put those in there, and Phil, you're got to give me a mash. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, give him a mash. Oh, spill some. It's a good workout too. Okay, now with the salmon, I've drained it. I want it dry. Patties don't want to be wet. Some of you are going to be grossed out by this, but I'm leaving the bones in here.
Yeah.
There's heaps of calcium in there.
Yeah, really good for you.
So much calcium. The bones are going to melt when you cook them. So don't be afraid of them. So each of these patties is going to be about 90 calories each. So you're going to have 4 in the serve, which makes 360 calories for 4 patties. Like, it's great. Because I'm a whole foods girl, I'm using the whole egg. I'm not a biggest loser. This is for when you get home. I'm going to put a cup of mixed herbs. So that's Italian parsley. So I'm just going to roughly chop him to about 1/3 of a cup of each. And mint. Mint and salmon are so lovely together. So what we're going to do now is just check that that holds together nicely. So give them a good squeeze, like that. I'm going to coat them in a little bit of, tiny bit of wholemeal flour, like a tiny bit. Phil, can you pass over that, please? The wholemeal flour. It's 1/2 cup for all of that. So
is there anything else that you could use as a substitute?
You can use rice flour, you can use chickpea flour. There's all sorts of different flours. You can leave the mixture just like that, exactly the same. Put it in little muffin moulds and bake them. So 180 for about 15 minutes until they're brown. But if we want a patty, do it like this.
Janella, could you actually cook them in the pan without coating them in flour first?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. They're used, and if you don't always have a nice non-stick pan, if you don't have a non-stick pan, you need to put flour. But often people don't, and they don't know how to cook without lots of oil. So if you don't have a non-stick pan, you only need a tiny bit of oil. Oh, Phil.
Sorry.
Oh, what's happening?
Like me, everything's falling apart.
Here, you go there.
Put them in.
And put those in there.
Yeah.
Just 4 in there.
Yep.
The rest we are going to put into our takeaway containers.
Are you actually going to cook those before you freeze them?
No.
Okay.
You can freeze the mixture just like that. Are you confident to have a little look underneath and see if they're brown?
Yep.
Nice, and squash him a little bit while you're there. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
These are now, like that, into the freezer.
Yep.
Up to 2 months, as I said. These aren't cooked, so you pull them out, they'll probably take an hour to defrost. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit frozen too inside. You'll be happy they're in the freezer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Freezer's on the left-hand side. Up here, Phil.
Up here?
On the left.
On the left.
They don't need to go in the fridge first because you're all mean, because they're already cool. Okay, let's have a little peek. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely job, Phil. Okay, so, we have 4 little patties. Like so. I've just tossed a little bit of English spinach and red onion. Just really simple. Like that. And lots of. And then we're all ready to taste. Okay, Phil. You worked hard for that, Phil. I'm proud of you. The fact you even tried
Had a go.
is really good. Here, let's put some lemon on it for you too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's lovely.
Nice.
Very
What can you
good.
taste?
Definitely taste the salmon.
Mm.
And what else did we put in it again? Sweet potato. Yeah, it was good. Cucumber?
Zucchini.
Zucchini. Oh, they look pretty similar,
They
don't
do
they?
look
Yeah.
similar. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Janelle.
Nice one.
Wayne, I
Under 400 calories, you got a beautiful dinner. So next time you're tempted, Phil, to go for a greasy, disgusting hamburger, think about making some rissoles for yourself. Or just open the freezer and there they are.
Next, advice from Series 3 runner-up Alison.
When you first got home, did you have any binging experiences?
And I do remember a time where I decided I was going to inhale a full block of chocolate.
Now, one of the saddest stories most of you have told me since your time being here on The Biggest Loser is that you stood back and let life pass you by. You wouldn't go out with your friends, and basically, you weren't experiencing anything. True?
True.
Now, one of the most severe cases I'd ever come across was a couple of seasons ago. Her life revolved around doing everything she possibly could for her kids, but absolutely nothing for herself. But her transformation was one of the most dramatic that I've ever seen. So I'd like you to put your hands together for the runner-up of The Biggest Loser Series 3, Alison Braun. How are you? How are you? Why do I even ask that? How are you? Have a look at you.
Hi, guys.
Have a seat.
So strange.
Now, before you tell us your story, I want to take a little step back in time. Now, you came on to The Biggest Loser at 121.7 kilos. But you were really just a shadow of the person you are today.
Very much so.
Let's have a look at what that person looked like. And guys, please have a look at the eyes. Look deeper than just the weight.
I actually still really struggle when I see that picture. And it's getting better as time goes on. But I actually feel like I'm a completely different person.
But have a look at the change. Like, I mean, physically, it's a different body.
Yeah.
It's not even the same shape. You're not even the same shape
What
as you
you
were.
can't see is behind me on my bottom, I had this hump, didn't I? Which I think Shannan did say to me at one point. Yeah, he said, I think you've got the biggest bottom I've ever seen, Alison. It was huge.
I'm a trainer. I'm allowed to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Have a look now. I'll tell you what, it's not.
Oh, I'm getting there. Size 10 jeans.
Grab a seat, Dale. Now, we had a pretty amazing time together. You started off in my team, in the blue team. And you're a little bit quiet.
I was really quiet.
You missed your family and you missed the kids, and it really affected your time for the first couple of weeks.
Oh, very much so. I could have disappeared in the first couple of weeks, and I don't think anyone would have noticed that I was gone. I was non-existent, and I felt an enormous amount of guilt because I had basically just up and left my family. And that was, as a mother, it was a tough thing to do, very tough. For the very first time, I actually, on the second day, sat up on my bed, and I was surrounded by, these 15 huge personalities, and I was very, very quiet, and I was so very overwhelmed. And I sat there, and it was for the very first time I actually was by myself, and because I'd been a mum since I was 18, and I realised, really for the first time as an adult, I actually had to think about me, and I realised I had no idea who I was. I had no real dreams, no passions, no desire. I was defined as a wife and a mother, and that was it.
Lisa here is a mother, and for me, it's almost a case of deja vu. And the same issues are coming up. How did you get through it? What was it like to be away from your family?
I missed all my children's birthdays while I was in the house as well. So they were very tough times. And there was one point when I had a phone call home, and my youngest daughter, Isabella, answered the phone. And after I spoke to her, she said to me, "Oh, would you like to talk to Sissy now?" which she calls her older sister. And I said, "Yes, put Sissy on." She goes, "OK, her name is Bethany." And I was absolutely shattered. I thought, great, now my children actually think I've forgotten their names. And that just absolutely wiped me out. I had to sit there and I thought to myself, probably like you, I'm a mum who would always tell my children, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. And, you are an amazing human being. And, just go for it. And I was one of those mums who was always very encouraging. And I realised something quite shocking when I was there, the fact that I actually wasn't doing any of that. And I realised that, your girls, they don't learn really from what you actually say to them. They learn from watching you. If you don't have your own dreams and your own passions and desires, if you don't have respect for your body, respect for your time, how are they going to learn that? They will learn everything from watching you.
It was at that moment that your self-belief changed, your physicality changed, your commitment, your performance. The girl who turned up the next day went on to get herself down to 66.5 kilos.
I'm actually smaller than that now.
Oh yeah, tell us, do tell.
I'm 63 now. So you don't just get to finale and that's it.
Alison, how did you balance when you got home, like with the kids and trying to fit in exercise, trying to cook decent meals and just the whole package to make it work?
I made sure I trained first thing in the morning and get it over and done with. And that was my routine. And, I had to say to everyone, you know what, too bad. 1 hour a day for me is not a lot to ask. I do everything for everyone else. 1 hour a day is not too much for you guys to give me. Once you develop a new routine, it is much easier than the life that you used to have.
When you first got home, did you have any binging experiences?
Chocolate, very much so. And I do remember a time where I decided I was going to inhale a full block of chocolate, and your body just doesn't cope with it quite as well as it used to. I was sick I felt like I was sick for days from it. And again, it's that choice. I have that choice, and I choose not to feel that way. You have the chance to create whatever you want here.
Alison, thank you very much for coming. You're definitely an inspiration and living life with no regrets. Thank you very much for coming.
Next, lifting the lid on unhealthy food.
That would be classified as a big breakfast.
And contestants are put to the test in their natural habitat,
Can we get one
the supermarket.
Sorry, we don't want to scrimp on the prawns, but we've only got 15 bucks.
Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome to this week's Masterclass Challenge. Today you've learnt a lot about heart disease and how you can lower the risks by controlling what goes into your body. However, it's easy to lose control when it comes to takeaway food. Janelle has shown you that you don't have to be a chef to cook healthy, tasty meals. You just need the right ingredients at hand. Which brings us to this week's Masterclass Challenge. Under each lid is a popular takeaway meal, one for each couple. These are all meals that you would have eaten regularly before you came here. Well, today your challenge is to make healthy alternatives for these fast food favourites. Dana and Caitlin, why don't you come and pick a dish?
What do you reckon?
I don't know.
Go on.
Okay.
Oh. Guys, you've got good old fish and chips.
Just the smell of that's making me sick, so I think we'll step back.
Okay, Phoebe and Wayne, your turn.
I reckon the opposite end.
You ready?
Oh, guys, you chose the hamburger.
We can do it.
Yeah. We're happy with that choice.
Shannan and Chris, come pick a dish. Ooh, steak, baked potatoes, mushrooms, lots of cream.
I'd like you to come back with something a little more healthy.
We'll definitely beat that, Michelle, definitely.
Okay, good.
Rick and Joe, your turn.
Why we go dead smack?
Yep, right in the middle. Let's do it.
That would be classified as a big breakfast.
No, we should be right there.
Next, the pink team, Tennille and Elise.
Both went for the same one.
That's creamy pasta.
Do you think you can beat it?
Easily. Hopefully.
Next up, Jana and Lisa. Come pick a dish.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, another good old Aussie favourite, pizza.
Oh, we've got that.
Very confident.
Well, Phil and Dave, there's only one dish left, so let's have a look what it is.
Lucky number 6, Memphis' number, when you can dish me up, darling.
Well, guys, that's roast chicken with the skin, vegetables, and lots of gravy.
What do you think? You can come up with something better than that?
Yeah, we can.
I'm sure we can. Yeah. We can come up with something.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Now that you've seen your meals, we're going to send you off to your local supermarket where each couple will have $15 and 15 minutes to buy as many ingredients as possible to whip up a healthy alternative to the meal you've chosen. Once you're done shopping, you'll return here and start cooking your meals, and then Shannan, Michelle and myself will judge your finished product. Okay, guys, good luck.
Let's go shopping, come on. Here we go.
What we had to come up with was a healthy alternative. So Dave and I really thought about what we could do here, and it was still going to be a chicken, but we looked at a grilled chicken breast, no skin on, and then a healthy option for vegetables.
$5.43, just saved us 50 cents, mate.
Okay.
Lisa and I chose the pizza, and it was a massive family-sized pizza. We had to obviously make that a healthier variety. So we decided that we would go with a little bit of ham. We went with the low-fat ricotta cheese. Prawn for protein.
Can we get one more in there, please? Thank you. Sorry, we don't want to scrimp on the prawns, but we've only got 15 bucks.
How much is it for 150 grams of the bassa?
$3.
Oh.
The healthy alternative we did was a pan-fried white bassa and sweet potato and parsnip chips.
Our one healthy meal that we had to replicate was a big breakfast, which was, bacon, sausages, eggs, all the nasty stuff.
So what about an egg white omelette? Got to use eggs?
You can use all 6.
So, egg white omelette?
Deal.
Cool.
Lisa and I had to make an alternative to pasta carbonara. The wholemeal one's down here. And we decided to make a healthy alternative with wholemeal pasta, a tomato-based sauce, and have chicken as a major protein and reduce the carbs. Okay, beautiful.
Some ribeye, not much fat, lean.
Our decision was to do a small piece of steak, some carrots, and we thought, wow, that's so much better than the alternative.
Soybean rolls, 45 cents each, and we can just hollow that out.
Yeah, go for it.
Wayne and I picked out the hamburger, and our healthy alternative was to do a roux steak with like a hollowed out bun and heaps of veggies to make it exciting. All right, you reckon we're done?
We're done. Let's go to the register.
Let's do it.
All of the contestants had really come up with some great looking fresh ingredients. I can't wait now to see them back in the kitchen and see how they put it all together. Okay, you lot, you've had 15 minutes around coals to gather up all your ingredients to cook up a storm.
Now you've got 60 minutes to prepare a healthy, nutritious, but most importantly, tasty meal. Your time starts now.
I was more scared about the cooking segment because I didn't do much cooking before I got here, but I was still worried about how we'd perform and if it was healthy enough.
They call it a bamboo steamer, and I'd never seen it before, and when I saw it and I thought we were going to use this, I said it looked like a little barley hut to me, and I think I'll always call it that, but I'm going to go and get myself one when I get home. They're very handy.
People might say I'm crazy, but I got him straight on the knife. But, he did a great job. All the vegetables were cut perfectly, all about the same size, which is what we needed, and it was great.
I think Tennille and I tried to put a bit of effort into our presentation, but it's always hard to sort of make pasta look good because it's sort of a really hard thing to work with.
The presentation side of things is Shan's forte. He loves it. He wants everything to look good.
With a pretty little bow.
If I had my way, I basically would have just had the steak, the mash, and a couple of veggies.
Chris and I looked at it and thought it looked bloody fantastic. I even had other contestants coming up saying, I would pay for that if we went to a restaurant.
I think our meal was pretty good. We had a nice big omelette with lots of filling, and it tasted pretty good. I did see a little bit of chicken, it was good.
It was great getting it finished and laying it out, and then we just wanted to eat it because it looked so good.
When our burger was up and done, honestly, the Mona Lisa of hamburgers, we had produced the ultimate. I was sitting there and thinking, get it on, because we're about to get the trophy. It was only a matter of time.
Everybody, time's up. Please get ready to bring your dishes forward.
Yellow girl's up first. How did you go, girls?
Good.
So you girls had to replace this fish and chips with mayonnaise, which is about 1,100 calories, with a healthier option that should taste hopefully as good. So the fish obviously isn't battered.
No.
What have you got on there to make it taste okay?
We've got parsley, some garlic, ginger and lemon mixed together.
And the chips obviously aren't deep fried?
No. We boiled them just really quickly to get them a bit softer, then put them in the oven and just brown them in a pan afterwards. So it was like a 3-stage
sort of thing that we had
Just
going on.
to get the coating on.
Yeah.
And did you use any oil at all?
Just in the pan.
Yeah.
For the fish?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, this is a meal that I would definitely eat, without a doubt. Go, Shan, dig in. It's your favourite fish?
It is my favourite fish, actually. Bass's personal favourite.
Looks more colourful.
We actually, when we cook the
That's
fish
good
as well.
flavour in the fish.
This is really, really good. I got to say to you girls, well done.
You look pretty proud of yourself, mate. Hey?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
You had to replace a big breakfast, which is over 1,000 calories, with a healthy alternative. So what have you got for us?
We went the omelette with chicken, capsicum, shallots, onion, and then we went the side dish with garlic, mushrooms, and grilled capsicum.
Have you ever made an omelette before?
I've had a few attempts, but
They're pretty tricky.
they don't come out normally.
Well, that one
That's
looks
come out a
pretty-
cracker.
yeah.
Mate, that looks like it's come out perfectly.
And there's chicken in there. How much?
Oh, it'd probably be about 125 grams.
So how many calories is that?
Cooked, it'd probably weigh about 100 grams, about 150. 75 calories for the egg whites, there's only 5 in there, so.
So that would come in under 300 calories.
Yeah.
No processed carbs.
I'm so proud of you because, you know, this is what this is all about. It's not just about learning how to exercise and it's not just about learning how to eat well. It's learning about how to prepare the food for yourself when you leave here.
And what a great role model for all the boys your age in Australia to be able to cook a meal like that.
Well, that omelette is fantastic, boys.
That's
Good
beautiful.
work, fellas.
You guys had quite a task, didn't you? You had to replace a hamburger with egg, bacon, just about the works, which comes in at over 850 calories.
Wow.
With a healthy alternative.
We went for the soy-lin roll and we hollowed the roll out.
Oh, yeah.
And that gives you a helmet effect when you go on top, so it actually holds the burger in place.
Holds it in place.
It holds it in place.
Do you know by doing that, you've taken the calories from about 200 in a roll down to about 120?
We used kangaroo meat for the burger part, so we used 100 grams of that, which is 150 calories. We estimated.
Even less, you know. That's the great thing about kangaroo. It's almost the same as white fish. Actually, it is the same. It's about 1 for 1, 1 gram to 1 calorie.
Fabulous.
And it's really super, super high in protein.
Oh, that's great.
I actually can't even tell that that's kangaroo meat. I think it's because it's got the flavours
all the
of the
flavours.
hamburger in it. It tastes like a normal hamburger that you would eat at a barbecue, so I love it.
That's great. Well done.
This looks
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, if body language could talk.
Oh my God.
Oh, if body language could talk. I think you're telling us a story already, boys.
Got a steak with a mashed cauliflower with some onion and garlic through it, with a jus, as well as some vegetables with some carrot that we've tried to make a bit fancy, that you undo it and you can dip it in the jus and eat it like that.
You've tried to do a mash with cauliflower, which I reckon that's great. I love a good cauliflower puree or mash because it's way better than potato and really, really high in nutrition.
So 400 to around 400 calorie mark for that. Nothing processed, there's not much starchy white carbs in it. A fantastic option against this bad boy, weighing in at well over probably 800 or 900 calories.
This has actually been my favourite so far.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hayley.
I'm really excited about this.
I hope you're not disappointed then, Hayley.
So your challenge was, ladies, to give us a healthy alternative to this calorie-laden, fat-enriched, sugar-soaked delight in front of us here. Each piece containing over 200 calories.
It's a prawn and pine nut pizza, and it's got about 340 calories in the whole thing.
So prawns, fantastic, so low in calories. What is it, about 15 per prawn or even less? Low-fat ricotta, was it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And look how thin that bread is. Did you toast it up before you put the topping on?
So you're still going to get in your mouth, you're going to still get that crisp sensation. So really you don't feel like you're missing out on anything?
I love my pizza. I have had every different type of pizza you can imagine. I'm sorry, Michelle. Delivered and picked up, and that is beautiful. I've never had prawns on a pizza because it's always scared me off, but that is beautiful.
Oh, the boys, the dads.
Pretty proud of it too. There you go, guys.
You're proud of that one?
Yeah, it's good, mate.
This looks like something you did for the kids.
Yeah, little starfish, Hayley. So, yeah,
Very nice.
And the chicken's on like a little life raft, so kids would
Very inventive.
appeal to them, I think.
So you guys had to compete against this. This is a half a chicken roast dinner.
And you poached the chicken.
Yes, it's been steamed.
Oh, so you steamed the
In
chicken.
the barley hut.
Nice. Well, that steaming chicken is a great way to cook it because it keeps it nice and moist.
So the asparagus, squash and cauliflower are all been steamed.
Steamed with the chicken.
And then you've got a medley of roasted vegetables, which are extremely tasty.
I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more green leafy vegetables because I'm a real fan of green leafies.
Now, how many calories is in that, do you think, guys?
We think about 340, Shannon. Yeah.
So 340 calories, plus a lot less fat, a lot less salt, and a lot less overcooking, so the food maintains its nutrients in this one, as compared to our bad boy over here, coming in at probably between 600 and 700 calories.
All right, it's time to taste.
And what did you say was on the top of the chicken, besides the rosemary, Phil?
Yeah, the rosemary. There's roasted garlic and onion with a chicken gravy sauce, Hales. And that's
low fat, low
salt
sauce.
reduced. Yep. About 22 calories for the sauce.
Beautiful chicken. Very nice. Not too garlicky.
All right, girls, wow, pasta, look at that. Such a difference. Straight away, you can see the difference between the two, can't you? Yeah.
So you girls had to find a healthy alternative to this, which is like some type of pasta with a carbonara type sauce with bacon and cream and extra side serving of fat.
For the tomato-based sauce, we have some garlic, basil, and onion and chilli, just to kind of balance it out a bit more.
That sounds like a good mix of flavours and a good consolidation of herbs and stuff.
I have been looking for a healthy alternative to pasta for years. I'm scared of it, but that looks beautiful.
You guys used wholemeal, did you, or something?
We used a wholemeal pasta because it was higher in fibre for one, and lower in calories as well. So.
Did you say how many calories were in it?
It's around 380, we estimate. Yeah, pasta's always high, so.
I've never had wholemeal pasta. Is that a lot better than normal pasta?
If you have to eat pasta, you're better off eating the wholemeal pasta, which is great.
Good work.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thanks, girls. Thank you.
We were all standing there in front of the three judges waiting to find out who won Masterclass. It's a big thing for the week. You get bragging rights for the week if you win it, so it's something we all fight for and we all want, and yeah, I was just pretty nervous to find out who would win it.
Well, contestants, on a whole, you all did a superb job on this challenge. You chose your ingredients carefully, you weighed up your options, and you counted calories. But there can only be one winner. So congratulations to Rick and Joe. And you produced a meal that beat its high-calorie counterpart on every front.
Overall, we were all really impressed with the meals that you presented in front of us. An extra mention for the burger, because I love a burger, and you guys, I think, did the best possible option. But Coach's Encouragement Award for me goes to Phil and Dave for the first meal cooked in 40 years. Well done.
Thanks.
Rick and Joe, you are today's Masterclass champions, And again, winners of the coveted Masterclass Shield. Well, that brings this week's Masterclass to a close, which means once again it's game on here at Camp Biggest Loser. You've got a weigh-in coming up, so train hard, eat well, and the scales will do the rest. Good luck, and I'll see you all at the weigh-in.
Thanks, Taylor.